something you would see in North America a lot either.
Yeah. No, it's not what we've seen much here in North America at all. So will Deadly Insplosion be able to go up against it?
Double healer, double support.
Oh, yeah, it is going to be the same lineup for Onslaught. Same thing for Deadly Insplosion. So we'll see how they are able to fare against each other. Again, this is a different Onslaught than we're used to seeing. Different composition, different players, but still very talented players across the board here. Stro among them, this new addition that they're playing with this week. So I'm very excited to see how this one turns out. It's map number 1, the grand finals. BattleRekt, the Proving Grounds, week number 6, brought to you by us here at NG and Twitch, as well as Stunlock Studios. Let's get into
getting started. They're already ceding a lot of space here. That was one of the big things for Onslaught that they had to fight through in the first match of the day. Averse had to play very forward to make sure that they kept control of the situation here, and we'll see if he does it. He pushes it back and doesn't quite get the... Actually, he does end up taking the orb. Must have been the return on the boomerang there.
Slight health advantage in favor of Onslaught at the moment, but Insplosion looking for his entrance in where his engage is going to come from. Trinity Infinity laying off his ultimate from the back line. Now he's going to dive in as they try and keep the pressure onto Stro. Time Bender is going to be used. Goo gets dropped here as well, but so far no kills. Stro is quite hurt. He drops his own Goo down onto Trinity Infinity, but Stro ends up falling.
Tries to go for the Goo play and doesn't really get the benefit off of it. The CC chain on Averse is going to be really strong, and I think they're going to be able to take away the green orbs there. Averse has to back away. They might lose the bottom end green orbs. Nope. It looks like Ninjas is going to be able to be there. They got both of the center orbs, but I think the solo Goo play on Stro was just a little bit too greedy.
Oh, down goes Averse. And Ninjas is going to be soon to follow here. So Deadly Insplosion coming out swinging. A good orb control from them as well, able to get all 3 orbs that appeared during that round. That's going to be certainly a big thing throughout the course of this match. Trinity Infinity, actually, the one who top damaged that round for Deadly Insplosion. Typically, I mean, you know, first glance at their comp, you'd think that Insplosion, just by the nature of the champion that he's playing, would be the one pumping out the most damage. But Trinity Infinity, not afraid to get in there. They did a good job. Him and Insplosion actually combined on that last round to just dive onto Stro at one point. It really led to them getting that first kill, and then it just kind of snowballing from there. See if they can do that again.
Let's see. Opening moments of the match, goes for the extract, but doesn't quite get anything. Meanwhile, the CC chain on Stro is actually really, really strong. Pushes Averse all the way back into spawn. Ninja's joining him as well. This is dangerous. A dangerous spot to be in. Stro has to follow, but now that choke is going to be really dangerous for them to push out of. Yeah, center orb goes to Deadly Insplosion, and this almost certainly means a lost fight.
Yeah, this is tricky for Onslaught here. They're trying to bully their way back into the center of the map. Insplosion's going to go and make sure he denies those greens. Sitting nearby, doesn't hit his counter, but he does get an M2 into Stro, or into Averse. And now the in cap out onto Ninjas. He's in dire straits at the moment. He's still got Insplosion hot on his tail with Zap on him, and an in cap through there as well. Deadly Insplosion looking really good at the moment, though. Trinity Infinity actually pretty low on health.
Oh my
Never
God,
mind.
Averse just lined him up. And I think that really was off the back of just this awkward situation where they were trying to play around the crippling Goo that Stro threw down, but not quite aggressive enough to make a kill happen. And in the end, they just sat there waiting around. Averse was CC'd in the middle of the map. It was off the back of Trinth kind of controlling him and keeping him away, but I think too much focus went there and they lost too much pressure on the top end of the map. And in classic Onslaught fashion, they turn a game around that starts off so poorly. It's always those moments where you think you have it in the bag and Averse does something tricky, sneaky, slips out to the side or something like that, and you don't make the right decisions in those scenarios. He puts you in such awkward spots.
Yeah, Averse, a big part of them being able to turn that round around. Really dishing out the damage there. Able to engage nicely for Onslaught, getting the haste going in. And just start getting those boomerangs out there. So we'll see if they can continue that.
There's the first incapacitate up on the healer. Panic Flash comes out and will actually land on Trinth. And now it looks like a Versus is the one taking a beating. Double panic. The incapacitate is coming up really soon again.
Double stack on that barrier and zap though onto Insplosion. Not really a whole lot of harm done at the present time, as Insplosion's just looking to press hard on their tails right now. Oh, going in for the ultimate. Goo gets dropped as well, but everybody able to get out of there. They spent a lot of
resources on that.
Yeah, they did.
And it was just a simple Swift roll to get out of that situation. Averse tries for the X-Strike, but doesn't get the connection here.
Oh, they were able to snag it just before the boomerang came back. Deadly Insplosion end up getting the orb. But health just about dead even right now on both sides. No, Insplosion. Oh, gets his counter out there, posts up the selfie, but nobody bites on it, and the Goo comes down on top of that. There's no barrier to save him. And down goes Insplosion.
Situation is so... I mean, this is a scenario that makes it so tough for Deadly Insplosion to find success in the matchup whenever this kind of a situation happens, where you have them just kiting around and you're not able to get enough damage to stick, and Averse is able to just run around and constantly do pinging damage all across the team.
Yeah.
Now he's running freely and is able to do that. And Double Healer is super good at playing the long game against you.
Yeah. You know, just the ability to just constantly be healing up, not letting your max health go down. I mean, you just have so much healing output from both these guys. Plus Ninjas, you know, can dish out some pretty good damage himself too, playing on that old door. So
CC is probably your most important kind of element of the most important element of the game for you guys, for a Deadly Insplosion.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to be able to get that good burst damage there. They can't just kind of chip at them, because they will just heal it up instantly. Good double in cap there from Insplosion. They're going to go right back in. Tornado and Barrier are both down right now, so there's not a whole lot else that they can look to bail them out, at least for the time being. Barrier is going to be used yet again. Tornado should be back up shortly if it's not already.
Oh gosh, and he's going to be able to spin, but the haste is going to help Averse run away. He uses a Tornado and jumps back. Now a big punish on the Crippling Goo. We'll see how much damage they can put onto Insplosion here.
Nice
we'll
counter
hit into the counter.
Insplosion's got to be careful not to be too aggressive here. He's going to wrap back around, go and get those greens, and Deadly Insplosion get the center orb as well. Oh, Insplosion looking to re-engage here. Tornado used. I believe Barrier is down on top of that, so if they can... Oh, they got the end caps. Couldn't get the follow-up on it, though. Now Goo is going to fall in. Averse goes down. Now it's a one-player advantage. They get the cross kill, but just after that, Stro falls, and that should be a Deadly Insplosion round as they tie this game right back up at 2-2. It's just an exchange of rounds. Back and forth here.
This could go either way right now. And I think that a lot of that comes down to how strong the opening is. Insplosion has been doing a good job of not being deterred. He keeps going in aggressively. He keeps trying to make those plays. Keeps trying to build up that burst of energy up really quickly so that he can get CC going. And once he does that, then it's up to Trinth, Panic Flash, or Petrifying Bolt to follow up after it. And maybe Trinity Infinity to call out the target and taser them to get that stun. But really, it all starts with how successful can Insplosion be.
I'll see. Oh, man. All right, now you got Averse, who is getting pounded there for a moment. And actually, Trinity Infinity's was having a bit of a rough time there as well. Got chunked down a bit, but Insplosion just continuing to frontline, getting in there, keeping pressure on them. Good in cap. Is the follow-up there? Oh no, the counter was out, but not going to get proc now. Goo is going to fall in there. Averse, does he have anything to get away? No, Insplosion gets the final blow and actually pulling Stro back into the Goo as well for some extra damage. Onslaught in a lot of trouble here as Stro goes down, and Ninjas
The decision making on the side of Deadly Insplosion is so on point right now. They really know when to capitalize, and Trinth, of course, has been playing very amazingly on Lucy off the back of Insplosion, just swinging CC all the time, back to back. And that's what we were talking about in terms of CC is the most important thing for Deadly Insplosion. Once you hit that CC, you can really put on a lot of pressure, force cooldowns, and then drop the ultimate on them. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to have high impact plays against Double Healer.
Yeah, they'll be looking to continue that. Really going to be looking a lot for Insplosion with the tendon swings on the in-caps, but Trinity Infinity can even set up some really good CC himself. So orb, first orb does go the way of Deadly Insplosion. Oh, the AoE panic actually ends up hitting Insplosion there, but he'll be looking to come right back in.
Gets the haste buff from Reverse. So let's see if Reverse can make something happen. Lots of stuns there. Puts Trin at about half health. Let's see if they can make something come of it. The counter's there. They actually do proc it.
Oh.
Piggy is out, and Trinth is in trouble here. Watch Trinth's health.
Man.
It's a race.
Ninjas just got crushed. Just put the Rekt in BattleRekt.
Ninjas got taken down real low, but Trinth was a split second away from dying as well. Landed a clutch panic flash and pushed the Verse away.
Oh, man. Now, Averse really wants to try and get this kill on to Trinth.
Oh, my God, the stun on the X-Strike. And he vortexed him in. Oh, the left click does hit. But the, oh, man, the tractor beam. They came actually so close to it. That target swap was huge. Stro and Averse actually made a big play there.
Oh, man. That's going to be another fallen member. Stro. Deadly Insplosion. They've got a map point now.
4-2.
They've got a map point. This could be the start of something beautiful.
The start of something new for sure.
Yep. Start of something new. But even if they do go up the 1, it's certainly not over yet. If anything.
That's happened before.
Yeah. Yeah, that has definitely happened before. So even if Deadly Insplosion convert on this round, they are not out of the woods yet. Still have a long way to go. I'm sure Onslaught will try and even prevent them from getting that one map lead. They're going to do everything they can, at least. Insplosion starting his engage, goes for the counter, doesn't hit. That could put him in some trouble. Ooh, he's trying to get himself out of there, but he gets petrified, does get the barrier, but still he's taken a lot of damage so far. They're going to go back, regroup with the rest of the squad. Averse is in deep right now, right in the middle of them. He's going to use Tornado to save himself.
He actually lands a Vortex, and that's a lot of damage onto Trinth. We'll see. Uldur going in aggressive. He uses his mobility, and so Uldur is just there alone, but there's no more clarity potion to push him back in. And EX Spear is not really an option right now.
No.
Onslaught chose to go aggressive at exactly the right time.
It goes into the Whirling Blade. Trinity Infinity just about to fall here. Is able to iframe out of the stone glass, but he could not iframe the Deadly Inject after that.
That coordination on Onslaught's side was really good, deciding exactly when Averse jumped in. Ninjas identified exactly when he would follow, and despite the fact that Crippling Goo came down on top of him, it was too late. They had already taken the kill on Trinth, and that changed the dynamic of the whole fight around.
Yeah. It's still a map point for Deadly Insplosion right here. They just need to get one more, but Onslaught slowly working their way back in. Played that last round beautifully.
This is a tough spot. Oh, his tendon swing just whiffed there. So no incapacity coming out of Shifu, and he actually didn't even get that energy.
He's trying to
refund.
He's trying to hunt down Averse, but Averse was just giving him the jukes there for quite a while. Insplosion, he was giving the jukes to. Now using Tornado.
Again, another tendon swing there. You saw him spend it right there. The red flash. So 2 times Deadly Insplosion misses on Averse, the incapacity they wanted to put on a lot of damage. And now that the Piggy is out, there could be a lot of damage coming. A well-timed panic flash, but that was the AoE drop.
That orb is there, but Onslaught is able to secure it. Trinity Infinity using his ultimate. Now the stun to come down from Ninjas, but Trinity using his space, making sure that he gets out of there so he didn't get stunned up. Oh, really good patience from Averse as well. Knew that Insplosion was going to counter right there as he came in, got caught inside of the Vortex. He counters yet again.
Oh my gosh.
Not hit though. So low on health on the side of Deadly Insplosion.
There it finally is, and Averse is doing stuff with his Piggy now.
man, Onslaught really bringing this one back.
4 and 4 in a blink of an eye. Whew, they've tied it up.
You can never count Onslaught out.
Yeah.
Can never count them out.
They always find a way.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, between a verse, really all of them, they all just making that happen. What I saw last round, Insplosion really was trying to hunt down a verse a lot, but a verse was just always just out of his reach, and he spent a lot of time just trying to hunt him.
Taser.
Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, Stroh's taking a beating, gets the tornado, and gets the haste to move himself out of there as well. Nice panic from Stroh as well to keep Trinity Infinity at bay.
Stroh's running out of locations to kite away.
I know.
At least he's trying to keep far away from Insplosion, and that's pretty successful. The Stone Glass gets put on, but a Clarity Potion, I think, took it out immediately.
Nice.
Still an awkward situation. First orb does go to Onslaught, so they will get a little bit of extra energy to spend here.
Counter out from Insplosion. Doesn't hit it, though.
Kiner. Stroh really needs to be hitting his left clicks here. It's going to be very important.
Yeah. Gotta keep him sustained. Now, a verse in the back and the choke there. The orb is up. Oh man, Insplosion! Oh, in the blink of an eye, just got crushed, and now it's a 2 versus 3. This is bad news for Deadly Insplosion. Unless they can convert on this one kill here, Ninja's immediately using Time Bender onto Stroh as he came out of the tornado to make sure that he stayed alive. Beautifully played by Onslaught. Trinth is the last one. There's no way he's going to be able to 1v3 this one, and Onslaught making a huge comeback in our first map in this best of 3, and they will take it.
Nothing that feels worse for Deadly Insplosion than going up 4 rounds and having all of that wiped off the board because you couldn't close out the map, and now they have to start from the drawing board and are closer at risk of being eliminated here.
Oh,
That's a big comeback win for Onslaught in this scenario where Deadly Insplosion, I feel like, is really well positioned to make something happen, like an upset win.
Yeah, it's got to be a morale killer for Deadly Insplosion, but one of the things that separates the best teams from not the best teams is the ability to come back from adversity like this. It definitely sucks to be up as many rounds as they were, and then to just have the other team come back and take it. But it's go time for Deadly Insplosion. This is when they can show their might and try and get back into this game. But Onslaught doing what they do best, finding a way to get things done. It's what we've seen from Onslaught time and time again. They got things done there in map number 1. Didn't panic. They were down heavy, but didn't panic. Just knew what they needed to do. They executed, and now they have themselves a 1-map lead in the grand final here. One step closer to being 6 in a row for Onslaught in the North American BattleRekt. So, this is a big one here. Deadly Insplosion. I mean, I don't even know what they do at this point to bring it back in. Compositionally, I think they're going to stay exactly the same. I think, they
came very close. They need to think about how they got put into that scenario where they were just being pulled around and kited, and kind of their aggression was not really played at the right time. I think too many cooldowns stacked on top of each other, as well as kind of not really being able to hit so much CC. And I think part of that might be because Onslaught is intentionally spreading out now, intentionally positioning such that they all can't get caught by one petrifying bolt, for example.
Right.
If you get caught by a petrifying bolt, it's very easy for Shifu to walk over and just get the double incapacitate, just because petrifying bolt necessitates you to be within a certain range of each other, right?
Yeah.
So like that's something that you at least need to spread out for that, and then you need to think about, okay, where's Shifu going? How is it going to look to CC? Yep.
Yeah, make sure you stay out of range of that so he's not hitting those double in caps, things of that nature. As you were saying, positioning from Onslaught has been great, being able to avoid that. So we'll be looking to the CC, certainly, for Deadly Insplosion. That's going to be one of their keys to success, as Rainey was saying. But with that, game number 2 will be coming up very, very shortly, folks. I mean, still feeling Onslaught here, Rainey?
Yeah, I'm still feeling Onslaught. I think that they only improve from here. It might be a close one. That was a pretty close one.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they definitely have the momentum in their favor. You just hope that Deadly Insplosion keeps, the foot on the pedal, so to speak. And, because they can do this. And I'm sure that they believe in themselves to do it. So it's just a matter of making it happen now at this point. It was incredibly close, map number 1. Just a couple of minor things here and there. Just, couple of minor mistakes that were made that Onslaught capitalized on, and that's just something that they do so well, punishing just the smallest of mistakes. So, you know, we'll see how Deadly Insplosion tries to adapt going into game number 2. But guys, remember too, if you want to, you know, sign up for BattleRekt yourselves, you want to get in on some of this good fun, you can head on over to BattleRekt.com. Sign up there, you click the link, take you to the Smash GG page, and you can get yourselves in on this hot action. It's hot action. Fun stuff.
Is that how you describe it?
Free to play. That's what it is. Hot action. Hot action. I mean, I'm sweating.
Yes.
Sweating. Obviously hot.
That is exactly what you are doing. You are sweating.
Yep, I still have the desk rag here for my shiny forehead. But it is Onslaught with the 1-map lead.
If you put desk cleaning solution in your rag and you wipe your forehead with it, does your forehead become even shinier?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's meant for plexiglass. Is there skin shining solution?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Please send me skin shining solution.
Make me look extra sweaty, please.
That's hard to say. Skin shining solution.
Skin shining solution. It's like me trying to say Trinity Infinity. When I try to say it quickly, it's really hard.
Trinity Infinity.
Yeah, really like you're saying it in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
You can't spit it out. It's like, you know, it just like all blends together. You mumble. All right. Here we go. So far, Deadly Insplosion have control of the center. Good clarity potion from Trent there to be able to secure that center orb. Chronoflux came down to shut out the ultimate of Trinity.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man, a verse. Oh, using Time Bender. Ninjas got it out on there. Got it onto him in time, but still took a brunt of the damage. Averse did. Now orb up yet again, but Deadly Insplosion pretty easily able to secure that one. So now they're just pressing them.
They've pushed all the way back into their spawn. Panic Flash is good. Ooh, dodges the taser, but doesn't realize it will bounce off his teammate. Actually attacks into it.
Explosion going back in. I think they had a double stack there on Zap and Barrier. Now the Goo will follow up with it. Counter Goo here. Oh, Trent got pulled back in by... Oh, man.
The Goo Vortex combo is really strong, but first will fall and all of a sudden put into a 2v1 scenario.
Oof. Oh, baby.
Oh, that Clarity Potion actually took down the Incapacitate right there.
Oh. Stro, unfortunately, just... Oh. Would have been a pretty sick flick, but it doesn't matter. Deadly Insplosion, round number 1 of our second map here, trying to get themselves back into the game, because if Onslaught takes this map, they take the tournament for a 6th title, BattleRekt Proving Ground. So I'm sure Deadly Insplosion knows this is their opportunity, certainly. So they're gonna keep the pressure on, but we'll see as we head into round number 2.
A lot of protection there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and the disables. Yeah, a little more damage you would have the Golden Shower, but tough to put out that kind of damage on Lucy. Here we go, Explosion.
Oh.
Got some good in caps there. Off the tendon swing, he's continuing to, seems to really, all of Deadly Insplosion pressing Onslaught back into their own spawn point, but we've seen Onslaught in this position before, and they get themselves out of it beautifully. They get pressed all the way back, but now they're working their way in here. Deadly Insplosion take the orb, but Onslaught actually they did have slight health advantage. Nice. Oh. Nice, into the Goo. Tornado and Barrier both used. Oh, pulled him right back in, but he managed to get out. Still, some good damage nonetheless. Time Bender used. Whole host of ultimates coming out here.
2v1 on Offlosion, gets actually petrified up and then put into the stone glass, which reapplies the petrify.
Oh, Trinth pretty hurt up in the back there, so is Trinity Infinity. Health advantage hugely in favor of Onslaught here. Trinth is just attempting to stay alive at this point. He's not able to. This is gonna be an Onslaught round. As they strike right back round of their own. We've seen, I mean, throughout the entirety of this game, really, it's just been rounds kind of being traded back and forth, but
it's a bloodbath, that's what it is.
A bloodbath. Like lambs to the slaughter.
Lambs to the slaughter.
Is There's old Farmer Brown. That's right, Lambs to the slaughter. Take that boy out to the woodshed. And Averse continuing to crush on damage as he normally does. It's amazing how much he can put out on Taya.
Yeah. He really focuses on uptime a lot. If you watch him and you track him as he moves around the battlefield, he's always trying to put himself in positions where he can keep swinging for damage.
Guy's a monster. All right, but we go round number 3, all tied up at 1-1. AoE Panic's gonna come out, land onto Averse and Ninjas. Now they look like they might want to turn their focus over to Averse here. Yeah, they got all 3 of them on him, but he is able to get out safely.
They get the orb, and Averse got out relatively high health. They both avoid the tasers, too. So this could be really big. Gets the barrier and actually runs out of that situation. And again, Onslaught are very far ahead here.
Ooh.
There's a full stick of butter on Uldur, and that's going to give him some safety. Ninja's trying to do what he can.
Trinity's
Here comes the time travel.
in trouble up top.
Oh, man.
Oh, thought for a second Trinth had been able to get out of there, but down goes 2.
What huge CC.
Yeah. Yeah, the CC too strong. Now, Onslaught, they're going to take a 2-1 lead now. And just a few more rounds, and they've got it. They have got it. Stro with the top score on that round. He's continuing to top in protection and disables both sides. It's, I don't know, this is a tricky one for Deadly Insplosion. Ogflosion couldn't do, didn't really get to do a whole lot on that last round. Onslaught just laid the hurt. He's already landing his spear, going for the engage.
Oh my gosh, Averse steps out in the front, gets panicked away, and that's going to put him in the position to get double stunned in the tractor beam. That's a lot of pressure right now. We'll see if Stro can keep up. It looks like Averse is going to be left with a sliver of health kind of missing there. Oh boy, the X-Strike just hit everybody there.
Onslaught about to come in for this re-engage. Averse is gotta be careful himself, using haste. He's just gonna back up, meet up with the rest of the squad. Tried to pull Ninjas in, Ogflosion did, but he's able to space himself right back out of there. And Tornado being used onto Stro to keep him safe. So just gonna have to concede the center orb there to Deadly Insplosion, and we're in position to really go and try and contest it. And it's amazing how many times we see Onslaught into this position where they're really pressed back, and then they still get back into the round and end up winning it. We'll see if they're able to do it here as well, but the goo's gonna drop on both sides as well as Time Bender. It's going to land. Oh,
nice.
Oh man, Ninja's getting shoved right back into the goo, so it's a 2v3. We'll see people on Deadly Insplosion, at least Trent and Ogflosion, relatively healthy here. This is going to be a tough conversion on a round for Onslaught. In caps, nice barrier use though to get him out.
Oh, barely misses the X-Strike.
On the Tornado. He's just got to try and kite here until Stro can kind of get back within his range. Nice clarity.
Yeah, takes away the immaterial, and now you only have to worry about the counter, but Averse is not in a position to really punish.
He's going to use Tornado again. Oh, he's got to be so careful here. Gets barrier. Their timing on these cooldowns are just beautiful right now between Averse and Stro. I mean, these guys played together for so long, too. They definitely have the synergy. But see if they can convert. They're slowly whittling down the health of Deadly Insplosion.
No.
Oh, no, but Averse ends up going down. Almost. I mean, a miraculous comeback there. They were slowly whittling their way back into that round.
Yeah. If the Piggy had been a little more aggressive on that pop, and Averse had been able to tag a bit more damage onto Trinth, Trinth may have been convinced to use a swift roll a little earlier.
Yeah.
And then Onslaught could have punished there with that crippling goo rather than trying to use a crippling goo to get the roll and try to have Averse figure out some way to fish them in the middle of the entire team.
And it was very close for Onslaught, but good on Deadly Insplosion. They tie it right back up. We're at it in 2-2. Now we're getting everyone selecting their final BattleRekt that they'll play with for the rest of match. The healing from Trent on that last round too. Pretty big, but let's see now. Again, Onslaught doesn't even seem like they like to aggress too much in the early phase. They must keep themselves back on their own end and then start to, you know, they'll come back in as the orb comes up. But
oh, Averse could be in trouble here, setting up deadly injection combos. He doesn't have Tornado. He loses a big chunk of health.
Oh, getting pulled back into it. Was forced to use Tornado there. And now they're just kind of positioning themselves. Repositioning to engage back towards the center. Going in was Averse, got barrier immediately, but will have to back himself out after that. The goo is going to come in. Oh, that is a tremendous amount of damage onto Trinity Infinity. Melted in seconds. And they take a player off the field, so Onslaught with that one player advantage for the time being. Can they keep it going? Can Averse keep himself alive too? Because Insplosion wants to hunt him down. He wants his number, but he is going to back off. You'll see maybe they'll try and get this orb, see if they can get these greens denied from the Onslaught players as well. That's a good decision by Deadly Insplosion. I like that rather
from Stro. Landing the big crippling goo and doing a ton of damage to Trinity Infinity. And Iva's one of those characters that you can really punish. Really, the jetpack is the big thing to look out for if you're looking to drop crippling goo. Oh my god.
Nice time bender. Oh, to save his teammate. That's a lot of damage onto Trent as well. He's going to be picking up those greens, but he has nothing else to get out of it there. So it's now a 3v1 Insplosion. Soon to fall on top of that, but that was amazing. That combination with the goo and just how quickly Trinity Infinity, because he was relatively high on health there.
Yeah.
I mean, and he just got demolished.
Definitely one of those phases where you transition into something that's significant, and that's what they needed to close out the game. Considering the early game that they had, Averse got so bullied that he lost a lot of his health, and with his health, a lot of his buying power into the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Without that, you need some big bursty maneuver to kind of push yourself ahead. In that case, take down the opponent.
Oh, nice X boomerang there. X strike from Averse. They're looking to re-engage as the orb comes up. That's how Onslaught often plays their rounds. Oh, no. Not like this.
Oh, man.
Not like this.
Averse has to spend Tornado. Tendon Swing was just spent there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Now the goo is going to come on in. Is there clarity to knock him back in? Tornado is used. He's going to be alive for now, Stro, but they had to retreat pretty far off into spawn, and another orb going the way of Deadly Insplosion. So it's just a matter of Stro trying to survive, unable to. Now Averse and Ninjas actually both split at the moment. He's going to have to use Time Bender on himself, really, just to get out of the corner. There wasn't a whole lot of follow-up to come off of the stun. No. Oh. And down he goes. Ninjas 1v3.
The situation here is real back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Deadly Insplosion comes up for a little bit. And then Onslaught replies, and they just keep bouncing back and forth.
Oh, man. This is going to come down to the wire.
We're in for the long haul.
We are in for the long haul. We'll really be in for the long haul.
943 on Trent for the top score.
That is some poundage, my man.
Time Bender gets popped just a little bit too late. I think it gets tasered out of it. It's a lot of damage coming down onto Ninjas. Taser is going to cause the Swift Roll to be pushed out here. Onslaught on the back foot. We're going to have to see what they do when this middle orb spawns. They try to put out a lot of damage, and they do. They connect the Deadly Inject and a big X Strike.
Trinity Infinity got chunked down pretty hard right there.
Oh, double caps.
Let's see. Not a whole lot of follow-up, though.
Oh, this panic might really hurt here. Hits into the counter as well and wastes his Zephyr, so can't push him away. But he's so slow using the Whirling Blade.
Tornado. Averse still got to be careful. Insplosion. He wanted him. Back off momentarily. Goo is out. Oh, Ninjas had his space. He's able to get out of there. Oh, he's looking for the clarity. Good dodge from Ninjas to avoid that clarity potion to get knocked back into the goo.
Uh-oh. Averse used Tornado into the barrier. Oh, no, but a big miss by Insplosion. If he had caught that spear, would have been a very different situation. And now here's the big punish. Oh, he hit the counter!
No, they hit that counter! Oh, but still, he's so hurt. I'd imagine he's going to go down right here.
Oh my god, but he's immaterial.
Oh! How?
Oh no.
Oh, he's still alive. Oh, the snipe. Couldn't finish him off, though.
See, he's going to have his counter up again soon.
Yeah.
Ninjas go greedy for it.
Gotta have it back by now.
He tried to go for the time better, but Insplosion is playing real patient.
Yep.
It's a game of chicken here. He's going to sneak up and grab the green orbs. Let's see in this 3v2 scenario. Oh, no. Averse lands a big X-Strike, pushes out Iva's cooldown. Now is able to clean up Insplosion, who had been so slippery. Tries to get it around. Ooh, doesn't quite.
Man, really solid play from Insplosion there to survive as long as he did. He was hitting every counter and just... really good survivability, but in the end, it's not enough. Onslaught, they have got the championship point on their plate, and they are looking to finish right here, right now, for 6 weeks in a row of BattleRekt the Proving Grounds. Doesn't matter what the different lineup is in, different composition.
That is really interesting
still
too,
up here.
right? They're using this different lineup with a different kind of play style. Basically, an entire shift in mentality here. Oh my god, look at how much chunking damage they're just getting for on Insplosion just in the neutral. Oh god, dang it. That is huge vortex. That's going to change everything, and they get the center orb as well. That's when you really start crying for help, and you get hit by the quicksand. Oh my god, the counter as a saving grace is going to dispel a lot of that. Nearly stuns him up. But the Clarity Potion is good, and Insplosion has to run. Now it's going to be a 3v2, and they're going to look to collapse. Let's see what Insplosion can do. He doesn't want to commit. Ninjas is zoning him out. But what? Lucy runs right into him.
Oh, Insplosion really hurt. So is Trinth. Trinth getting pressured by Averse, and he used his barrier. He might be in a lot of trouble. Same with Insplosion.
Oh, Trinth
nice
is trying
panic.
to go aggressive. Their target is Stro right now. They're trying to close it out on Stro,
There he
but
goes.
it's too little too late. And now it's going to be a 3v2 scenario. The counter does get proc. Here's a huge crippling goo, and Chief, who just puts his toe in it and gets melted down.
That's
Onslaught again.
It. Onslaught
Forever.
6 weeks in a row. Onslaught. Different lineup, different composition. They still pull out the win. Take down Deadly Insplosion in the finals in 2-0 fashion. These guys are just incredible, and they have easily cemented themselves. Best team in North America right here. That is incredible from Onslaught. Unparalleled success in the BattleRekt scene from these guys. And wow, I mean, you thought if any time someone was going to beat them, it may have been today. But I mean, Stro came in, fit in beautifully with the rest of the squad, and you know,
it was definitely a different kind of game.
Yeah.
And I wonder at the last round, there was a situation where Insplosion was just walking back and forth, and he was getting hit by boomerangs, by left clicks from Uldur. Before he knew it, he was already at half health. He just lost so much in the neutral that he had to play differently. He tried to play a little more kitey. They backed away to the center. They said, hey, you know, we're going to get center orb. The difference is in that scenario, they didn't push Onslaught back far enough, and Averse was able to land a huge vortex on all of them, sucking all three of them into the center. They took a large amount of damage. Then they spent cooldowns to try to disperse, and every single one of them became a viable target at that point. And that's when they chunked down Insplosion, and at that time, that's when Onslaught never lets go, right?
Yep. That's the thing. They see that you're weak. It's like Onslaught smells the blood in the water, and then they just pounce on you after that. They hunt you down.
Exactly like that.
And they end your life. That's right. Right in on you. Right in on you. All right, bracket. Let's take a look at it.